Hello, everyone. Brett the Comic Novice here. And as DC solicits were released for December 2025, I nearly decided to back out of most every single sh- comic related to the DC KO event because maybe, event fatigue, my post traumatic stress from the Dark Knight's death metal and their 58 different tie ins, one shots, and whatnot that I purchased stupidly. And I said, never again. And then as I looked through it, as I took a couple steps back, I realized maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. I'm going to go through and maybe see it as maybe talk myself back into dropping some of these or continuing on. So, with that being said, here is the solicits for DC Comics for December 2025. And it is said on said website that this is full of Batman action packed DC KO events, which is weird because I thought it was more of a Superman event. And then we have the beginning of new storylines that, at least said website is hinting at. So that's always a plus, especially because, you know, I don't think DC does a good job sometimes on their Connect to explain that. So, you know, props to that. So this is where I nearly panicked right off the bat is we had the DC KO Superman versus Redacted. This is one of 8. And this is obviously a one shot. It is written by the current Superman writer, Joshua Williamson. And I thought, okay, I could get this, but how many one shots am I going to have to pick up? And that is where the struggle, especially since each one of these is $4.99. We have Aquaman, which is not $4.99, and this is part of, and Jeremy Adams has previously with previous events that I've not jumped in on, which was the uh, Night Terrors, where he was able to continue on with the story, and it did not, and also Absolute Power, which it really did not, make it feel like herky jerky throughout the entirety of everything. And so I do appreciate that these are not all 5.99 one shots or 4.99 one shots, that they are probably just some of these are included in the run that you're currently collecting. And hopefully everything will be set up to a point where it actually makes logical sense for this being here if you were to have a not only a trade but an omnibus of Aquaman, of Superman, so that you're not just collecting the issues to collect the issues and you're kind of at a loss for what's going on. So I do appreciate that when it comes to there. And then we have Wonder Woman versus Redacted #1, written by Joelle Jones, who I have not seen anything from her since she did the Wonder Girl, the Future State series that also spun out and had some promising had a promising start, but I feel as though did not end well. And this, of course, is $4.99. And again, possibly a lot of people might be glad that Tom King is not writing this. So I guess there's, that too. Titans. And this is where I initially was trying to figure out what do I do with everything? Because I have not picked up Titans at 28, 29, which were the tie-ins. And as I was rereading what the those series were about, those series, as I pull this up right here, the tower's been lifted. If we go back to the previous issue of 28, it is spinning out of the world-shaking DCKO events where Apocalypse is transformed, blah, 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 blah. You have the Titans team kind of split into a ragtag bunch of, um, you know, this person's over here, this group's over here. And so it doesn't seem like it's going to be that kind of, jarring. And it sounds like this is just going to be a fight also. Um, you know, that doesn't say which one it is, but because it's DCKO All Fight Month, So it looks like October, or sorry, December is all fight month for this event. Harley Quinn, again, they're not they're not sending their best. Leah Williams, who I think I read one issue of the Power Girl and was out. And so yeah, you have this, and of course it is the cover price of 4.99, but maybe for one, and actually thinking about not picking this one up. Yes, I might not have a complete run of everything, but you know what? What is Harley Quinn actually going to be bringing to this DCKO event? I think is something that I have to consider and possibly just and I like this solicits. Harley Quinn faces off against a surprise opponent. Herself, herself from the Batman the Animated Series. That would be a surprising opponent. The Flash, I do like that we see the Jay Garrick Flash. This is Mark Waid, Christopher Cantwell that are on this one. The matchup that you never saw coming. Okay, so who is it? And then you have issue number 7, which is part of the Superman run, Superman 33. So there's two Superman books. There is the one shot and then Superman 33, both done by Joshua Williamson, which is great, so that there is some consistency. And then it ends with TCKO Red Hood versus, should we say, was it Gretchen something Martin? Is that who he's fighting? Somebody who got Red Hood's ongoing series canceled. Um, Art by Dustin Wendell. That's going to be cool. What do they have to say about this? Welcome to the most ruthless fight of all. This one is personal. So it has to be Red Hood versus either Joker or Red Hood versus Batman. But I'm curious about how this one's going to go, just because of what has happened previously with the Red Hood series that is now was an ongoing until it wasn't. And then Night Fight. I'm on the fence of I have this pre-ordered. I have a couple days to change my mind. I'm on the fence of possibly just dropping this tie-in one whatsoever, as it's, according to this, the stage is set and Bruce Wayne's battle through the gauntlet of future Batman is on. Each former Robin has shaped Gotham City into their own vision of justice, and if Bruce can make his way past Dick Grayson, he'll face the darkest one yet. Will he? And so I don't want it to be, the all the dark Batman from the dark multiverse or whatnot, or dark Robins. So it's compelling. It's written by Josh Williamson, who has only really done 4 Batman stories, I believe, between the James Tinian and when did he do it? Yeah, I, is it Tinian and Sadarsky? I can't remember. It's been a while. Then you have the Justice League Unlimited series number 14, or issue number 14. Again, Dan Mora doing fantastic job of doing but not only the Batman one, but also this Justice League Unlimited one, and also getting ready to move on to the Transformers. I mean, I'm curious how far in advance that this was done, or if, Dan Mora is just that good. As time displaced heroes fight for their lives against the towering might of the demonic Neuron, Mr. Terrific descends into the cold vacuum of space, but this time it's by his own design. Can Michael Holt team can Michael Holt team with the rogue agent behind the Justice League? So they're pulling Justice League Red into this, even though it's a 6-issue mini series. Oh, that is a cool cover. Scott Snyder returns with legendary artist Jock. What is this? Absolute Batman number 15. Art by Jock, cover by Nick Dragotta. Interesting. That is an awesome cover right there. I'm really digging that. That's a definite pull. Almost to the point where, as I look at that cover, do you pick that up because of just how transcendent that cover actually is, similar to that Jock Scott Snyder Detective Comics cover? Let's see, Batman 15. So are they double shipping this month? Let's see, this one it comes out December December 10th. That one comes out what? Oh, sorry. That comes out December 10th. This one comes out December 3rd. Oh, sorry. That's Batman Arc M Special Number 1. Okay. So just a one shot. Okay. Absolute Wonder Woman. Oh, look at that. We get our first not tie in, our Absolute Heroes crossover. Absolute Batman crosses over with Absolute Wonder Woman. And it's going to be quite interesting. And don't miss January's Absolute Batman number 16 for the second chapter of this world shaking meeting. Gotcha. Absolute Superman number 15. I fell off this. I still have it, but it's been a rough one. I've heard some YouTubers and also uh, podcasters talk about how good it actually still is and that it has improved since I stopped reading it. So maybe I'll have to get caught up with that. Absolute Flash number 10. I've really enjoyed Absolute Flash. I dropped the Jeff Lemire's JSA, but I am digging Absolute Flash right now. And then we have Green Lantern number 9. I need to pick this one up. I think I got 3 issues into it, episodes, and then I just stopped right there. Somewhere in Coal City, Joel Mullen is babysitting a comatose Hal Jordan at her ex-wife's place. Awkward, it doesn't cover it. Ugh. Meanwhile, agents Simon Baz and Kari Limbo are getting closer to the mysteries of Evergreen, and so is Hector Hammond and his top assassin, a man called Nemesis. Oh boy. And we have Absolute Martian Manhunter, the second part of the season. It was only supposed to be a 6-issue mini, but so many people like this. I'm glad, happy for them. I don't want, I'm going to be curious if this turns into a mini to, or it went from a mini to a maxi. And will this just transcend and be an ongoing? That is one that I'm kind of interested in. Matt Fraction continues his run. Number 4, Bruce Wayne investigates the crown of storms. Batman pursues anarchy and discovers a criminal conspiracy hiding in plain sight with a change the game of brain not reading properly. Action Comics 1039. Again, this is Mark Waid basically doing a Superboy storyline. Tom Taylor, artist TK. I don't know who that is. Cover by Mikhail Yanin. So that's interesting that Mikhail Yanin is currently not on interiors anymore. Let's see. Batman continues to reel after his defeat at the hands of the Lion and the mysterious, deadly anti fear virus that is coursing through Batman's veins. How many times has he had a fear virus or fear toxin coursing through his veins? Just asking for a friend. Oh, man. Nightwing. So I've seen some of the art by V. Ken Marion on Twitter, and I will tell you, I like this main cover right there, but this Dustin Wen cover right there, absolutely amazing right there. And then I do like that the interiors are done by V. Ken Marion. It's actually thinking about possibly dropping this series and just kind of trade waiting. But if I can get this kind of art with the cover artist. So this is Dexter Story right there. So this is not V. Ken Marion. I was going to say it doesn't look like him, but okay. Both Birds of Prey and Batgirl, I have not read anything from. Batman and Robin. I think I hastily dropped Batman and Robin to the point where I think I'm just gonna either A, have to trade wait, or B, just have to omnibus wait for that sucker to come out. because I was worried that it was going to end up being like Superman War World Chronicles, which went on for almost 2.5 years, and now also has continued to go on through the House of L. So I'm gonna be, you know, I am gonna be super curious and interested about that, but I'm not. I think when I dug my feet in the sands and said no, I think I need to just wait it out. Harley Quinn number 200. Yeah, I can't believe that it's 200. Oh boy. Poison Ivy 39. That's amazing right there. Having a friend for dinner is simply lovely, isn't it? I have not read one issue of this. A lot of people like it. Um, yeah, I guess there's that. Then we have Harley and Ivy, The Life of Crime. I wonder if this is kind of like the continues a spin-off of the Harley Quinn uh, HBO Max series, but it is not. It's done by Erica Henderson, not done by that writer that seemed to be mildly unhinged, at least from one of the what I saw on Twitter. Supergirl. Haven't read a single issue. Only got the first one because I thought it was going to be collector's item because of the cover, the Stanley Artgerm cover. It looks like they're done with the Stanley Artgerm covers too. Um, was the first time that they had Kira's new logo on her chest insignia. Superman Unlimited number 8. I'm curious if this is going to have staying power, as I did the top 50 uh, comics polled from the um, what do I want to say? From the League of Comic Geek. I've noticed that this was not on the top 50. However, Action Comics and Superman were, but this was on the outside looking in. So I'm curious about the sales for this one, and I'm curious if this one does have a standing power to, continue to exist. We have Wonder Woman by Tom King, issue number 28. All I have to say about Tom King's runs is if they're really that good, just wait it out and you'll end up with either A absolute volume or B and or the deluxe omnibus one because Tom King stuff always gets deluxe omnibus samplings of his work because he also has some of the better artists on it. And so I think that's something that I've noticed revolving around all of his books. So yeah, I didn't sit it out for that. I got through the first 6 issues and just lost interest. Justice League Red, I think this is 5 of 5, I think, or maybe 5 of 6. Good for them. JSA, this is the year one that they are working on. Let's see. A new hero appears as JSA year one continues. Okay, good. All right. And then we have the Superman book of House of L, which I picked up because, I have all of the War World stuff. I might as well just see that out too. This cover right here, Batman and Superman World's Finest 46. I love the Superman hair cross-cut with the Batman um, eyes, cross-cut with the Joker smile and Lex Luthor's chin in the Luthor suit. I think that is such a cool cover right there. In order to defeat the Joker slash Luthor team, Batman and Superman may have to ask for a little help from their friends, if they still have any, after the shocking events of the last issue. Don't miss part 2 of the merger. Okay. Green Lantern. I'm interested. So Green Lantern number 30, we don't have Zarmonico on art. We lost V. Ken Marion, and now they have Carmen DiGimenico on art too. I'm curious what that's going to look like. I don't think I've ever seen them on Green Lantern. I know they did some. I want to say that obviously the rebirth of the Flash, their first 30 issues were done by them, as well as I think a couple of Batman books. Then you have Green Lantern Corps, issue number 11, art by Fernando Pizzarian. And is there 2 stories going on in here? Setting into being a Green Lantern again, John ventures to Mogo to retrieve another escaped science cell prisoner, putting him face to face with Ellie, whom he's been avoiding. Meanwhile, Kelly, Aya, and Vexer and Narf's training on energy twin projection is interrupted by Red Lantern slash Green Lantern dispute in the middle of. That sounds very busy. Interesting. Morgan Hampton, the person who did the Cyclops book, is now just the main writer on this. That used to be both Jeremy Adams and Morgan Hampton. Wonder when they took over just the main story. I do appreciate that. Oh wait. Oh yes, I do appreciate that this Green Lantern Corps is $3.99. Um, wish that the main Green Lantern book was also, but whatever. Green Hour 31. I dropped this one. This one is also, I think, on the outside looking in for, or on the very outside of the top 50 comics pulled. So the $3.99 storyline is great, but I'm curious what they're able to, consistently do. Cheetah and Cheshire rob the Justice League. That just title right there, such a big mouthful that I just didn't want to even give it a chance. Justice League versus King Kong versus Godzilla Part 2. Sure, why not? Gotham Academy first year. Number 3. I don't even remember number 1 or number 2 being solicited. Okay. It probably was. Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum. I've heard great things about the first issue. Haven't read that one whatsoever. Batman slash Static Beyond. Very interesting that this is the Batman Beyond. Curious if this is connected to that Batman. I think it's connected to the Batman Neo years, which were done by not Evan Narcissi. And I'm curious if this writer will do a much better job than whoever those two people were that I can't think of. Immortal Legends Batman number 5. Kyle Higgins, again, who did a really good New 52 Nightwing run, is on this. I picked up the first issue, haven't read it, but I'm intrigued, but not intrigued enough to blindly get the series uh, constantly, especially since I don't have a local comic book store nearby. And then it concludes, I think, with the Gossip by Gaslight. And then we have a whole bunch of facsimiles and whatnot. So that, as we say, is that for um, the solicits for December 2025. I will just say, actually, I think I should probably pull this screen just one more time because I think, here we are. So this one right here, that didn't want to go to the Titans, but here's where I currently sit with my not dislike and worry for DC KO event. According to League of Comic Geek, there is 24 issues. The prologue starts off in the Justice League Unlimited 11. We have a special one shot. I appreciate that. We have the core series, and then I'm going to be curious how integral this Titans series is because I did not pick that one up. And I just by chance decided to pick the Flash up because Cy Spurrier is not on it anymore. And I'm going to be kind of curious. I do appreciate that. I do think that they have massively slowed everything down. However, that is just for this month. We only have 2 of the core issues done. So I hope Justice League Red is possibly a tie-in for that. Okay, maybe I might have other feelings about that too. I don't know. We'll see as it gets closer to the event. I don't know. I feel as though my poll list is going to be shrinking and because, I think this amount right there, this is actually not all. Oh yeah, no, that is all. Um, that's about, I think, 51. issues for 1 month. So I think some polls need to be dropped, and I think some rational thought needs to enter in to make sure that I don't have too much because I think I might. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. What are your thoughts about this DCKO event? Are there way too many tie-ins? Are you going to be sitting them out? Because now, as I see that it's not just 24, it's going to be more. I now have more questions that I'm very grateful for the League of Con Geek for uh, setting these things up. And yeah, thanks for watching. And until next time, I'll see you in the dollar section where no doubtably Justice League Red will be found. And Cheetah and whatever robbed the Justice League. Thanks for watching. Bye. No, I can't read that. Okay, glasses on.